Hello and welcome to the 2022 TeenTix Gala, Changemakers, Teens Driving Cultural Change. We are coming to you from the stage of the beautiful Kirkland Performance Center. What you're in store for tonight includes insights from incredible TeenTix youth leaders, a celebration of possibility, and an opportunity to support the work of TeenTix and ensure its bright future.
Before we go on with the evening, TeenTix, inclusive of our teen leaders, staff, and board, acknowledges that we are operating, offering programming, and building community on Duwamish and Coast Salish lands. We are developing strategies for honoring the legacy of the ancestors and the living stewardship of the Duwamish and Coast Salish peoples and traditions. This acknowledgement does not take the place of authentic relationships and actions. We encourage you to join us in learning more about and fiscally supporting these and other organizations that support Native youth and their families, such as Red Eagle Soaring and the Na'a Fund.
Hello again. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Kyle Gerstel, and my pronouns are he, him. I'm a white man with brown hair, and today I'm wearing a blue shirt. I'm standing in front of a colorful backdrop and a piano. I'm a freshman at Mercer Island High School, and I've been a writer for the TeenTix newsroom for 2 years. When I'm not using my TeenTix pass or writing for the blog, you can probably find me in rehearsal at Youth Theater Northwest, working to foster a more equitable theater community at Penguin Productions, or obsessing over Bo Burnham. Today, I'll be co-hosting with the amazing president of the TeenTix board, Ariel Glassman.
Thank you. And I'm Ariel Glassman. My pronouns are she, her, and as Kyle noted, I am the president of the TeenTix board. I'm a white woman with dark brown hair. Today, I'm wearing a black and gold sequin dress with long sleeves, and I am also standing in front of a colorful backdrop and a piano. My story with TeenTix began 8 years ago. I'm a fundraising consultant, and when TeenTix was still part of Seattle Center, I started working with TeenTix's first executive director to build a fundraising plan to help TeenTix become its own nonprofit. Over time, we accomplished that. I became a volunteer advisor, then a member of the advisory committee, and finally, one of our original board members when we finally incorporated as a nonprofit organization. I could not help falling in love with TeenTix. I wish that there had been a TeenTix in my community to help me grow into the power of my own voice and expose me to a greater world of art than I ever knew was possible. So, TeenTix couldn't get rid of me even if they tried. And tonight, you'll see why so many people like me are so deeply committed to this organization. And you'll have an opportunity to join us and make your own commitment.
But first, we've got some housekeeping to cover. If you would like to access our live captioning, just click the little CC square on this YouTube video you're watching. Also, if you have technical issues at any time during the program, please email gala@teentix.org, and a TeenTix staff member will be standing by to help you. We have a live chat open, so please interact with other members of the TeenTix community during the program.
Yes. Finally, the reason we're here, to raise money for TeenTix. All you need to do is click the donate button on the top right of the Give Butter page where you're watching right now. Our goal is to make it easy, like super easy, for you to help. So you can give by credit card or make a pledge by choosing the option to pay by check. And I only mention the pledge option in case you get so inspired that you end up wanting to make a bigger donation tonight than you originally thought you would. You know, the kind you really don't want to pay credit card transaction fees on.
Nice winking, Ariel. Finally, if you're a screenager like me, you might want to donate on your phone. Text TeenTix to 53555, and you'll be taken to a mobile version of our donation page with all the same options. But it will also auto-detect any payment apps on your phone to make it as easy as possible.
Screenager? I love it. Okay, before we begin, let's take a look at where we are starting out towards our goal. Can we see the donation thermometer, please? Wow, okay, it looks like we have 113 supporters who have contributed $30,889 towards our $35,000 goal. We are so grateful and looking forward to smashing that goal by the end of the evening.
Now, on with the program. Our first speaker has been fearlessly leading TeenTix for the past 6 years. Coming to you from all the way on the other side of this stage, please welcome Executive Director Monique Corsi.
Hello. Well, here we are once again at Kirkland Performance Center, live streaming our annual gala to y'all at home. You know, with all the progress we're making in navigating our lives through this pandemic, I'm both thrilled to have had the opportunity to see some of you in real life at recent arts and cultural events, but also I'm so happy that we continue to have the technology that allows us to connect virtually, which has really broadened the TeenTix family over the last 2 years. We've got even more people here live on stage this year to share their stories with you. And we've also got a few great videos that highlight some of our teen member voices. And man, I'm just so thrilled to know that you're here with us tonight. But before I get too far, I wanted to formally introduce myself. Again, my name is Monique Corsi. I use she, her pronouns, and I am the executive director of TeenTix. I am a white woman of Hispanic heritage with reddish brown hair, and today I am wearing a dark colored dress with a silver sweater. And I'm here with Kyle and Ariel and some other friends who you will soon meet on the stage at Kirkland Performance Center with a TeenTix logo colored backdrop. You know, it feels so good to be back on a stage and to begin to immerse myself back in everything that I've been missing. I also want to just say thank you to those of you who are tuning in tonight and to those of you who have gone above and beyond showing up for TeenTix over and over again. You people are just magic, and everything you do means so much to me. For those of you who are new or newish to TeenTix, I'd love to just take a minute and talk about what we actually do here. So TeenTix was founded by some amazing visionaries at Seattle Center 18 years ago. And brief pause, because yeah, TeenTix is 18 this year. And man, have we really grown into that young adult phase as an organization. So most of you are probably familiar with our cornerstone program, the TeenTix Pass program. When TeenTix began 18 years ago, it was conceptualized as a program that would facilitate access to arts and cultural events for teens and to really shift the way we welcome young people into the arts community as patrons, equal to those who may have been attending or subscribing for years. The Pass program is actually a pretty simple and exciting idea. A teen signs up for the Pass for free. It looks like this, and they figure out where they want to go, and that Pass allows them to purchase a $5 ticket at our 108 plus partner organizations. So over the years, our definition of the term access has actually expanded into teen-specific communications, developing a robust calendar with all of the TeenTix eligible events on any given day, additional programs that support the actual arts-going experience, like providing information and photos of the organization, box office and transportation info, and most recently, COVID-specific protocols relevant to that organization. So pretty quickly into developing the system of the TeenTix Pass program, TeenTix thought, well, here we are making decisions, a bunch of decisions about what teens might want and how we should communicate with them. But why are we not just doing this work with them? So that was the birth of the New Guard. And what started as a teen steering committee for the Pass program's development has really grown into a true arts leadership program. Our new guardians are teens who may be artists, maybe arts enthusiasts, but ultimately are taking a peek behind the curtain at the inner workings of the industry as a whole. New guardians are practicing arts curation, event production, fundraising, networking, collaboration with other teen leadership groups, all while truly investing in leadership. We provide mentorship and guidance for these teens and help them with some tactical skills like resume writing and interviewing, connect them to leaders in the community, and invite them into program development, board-level decision-making, and even hiring for the organization. So back to when the New Guard was still a teen steering committee, there was this other idea. So maybe if teens are interested in helping us develop this program and talking about art, surely there might be some teens interested in writing about it. So TeenTix worked with our local arts critics to develop one-offs, which then turned into workshops and then intensives. And then eventually we found ourselves involved in year-round programming, all centered on amplifying the teen voice within our arts community. We continue to work with professional journalists to mentor and guide teens in learning interview skills, how to write profiles, developing opinion pieces, and of course, critical reviews. Now, our newsroom writes almost 100 pieces every year, published on the TeenTix blog and in external publications like the Seattle Times, Encore Spotlight, and Arts Fund. These three programs, the TeenTix Pass program, the New Guard, and the Press Corps, have truly launched TeenTix into the world of arts access. And as they've grown, so have we. Even in just the last 2 years, there's been some really exciting changes and additions to our programs. Expansion into new cities, development of some in-school programming, and further partnership with teen-led organizations that I can't wait to share with you tonight. But for now, since I've been talking a whole lot, I'm going to wrap it up with this. Tonight's theme is highlighting teens as changemakers, the teens that are driving cultural change. And I'm here to tell you that without teens at the forefront of TeenTix, we would not be where we are today. It's teens who've identified challenges in our programs that we need to address. It's teens who've identified new opportunities for program development. And it's teens who push TeenTix to be an even stronger advocate for them and their peers. It's teens who call us out when we need to do more for our community. And I am really, really proud to say that when they speak, we listen. We respond, and we make the changes needed. So tonight, yes, we are here to raise money for this effort, but we are also here to celebrate and support the young people who've not given up on our arts community, even though it's been a challenging and virtual past few years. Teens are here for arts and culture, and let's make sure we continue to be here for them. So we're about to dive much deeper into the TeenTix and what and what our teen leaders have been up to. So I'm going to ask Kyle and Ariel to take it from here. And as one of my favorite musical theater choir instructors used to say, without further ado, let's bring on the show.
Thank you so much, Monique. As a teenager, it's hard to find artistic environments that are both nurturing and productive, and you and all of the other adult leaders at TeenTix cultivate just that. For example, last year, I had the opportunity to rehearse a production of the Laramie Project completely led by youth because of an opportunity Monique shared with the TeenTix community about a space available for teen artists in a newly developed building that was looking for artists to make use of their empty space. TeenTix's dedication to making the arts accessible for artsgoers and artists is why I'm proud to be a part of the TeenTix community. Ariel, what do you love most about TeenTix?
What I love most about TeenTix is that it gives young people the chance to show what they can offer the world. I know a lot of adults who are jaded about the generations that came after us, but seeing them through the eyes of TeenTix, it's so completely clear that today's teens have as much potential as any generation, if not more. They don't need anyone to give it to them. It's there. They just need a chance to cultivate it and find their own way forward. And TeenTix creates the space for them to do that on their own terms and figure out who they are.
As a future TeenTix alum, I have to agree. There are lots of alumni who have taken part in mentorships, college work-study programs, and internships, experiencing the world of arts administration that TeenTix offers. We're about to meet 3 TeenTixers who did just that, and who are now working in the arts community in Seattle. Without further ado, here are TeenTix alums Catherine, Gavin, and Leah.
Hi, my name is Catherine Schultz. I was the program coordinator intern with TeenTix in the spring of 2021, and I now work as the administrative assistant to the Education Community Engagement Department at the Seattle Symphony. I love having the opportunity to build personal relationships with all the teens, especially the teen editorial staff, and watching them learn and grow right alongside me. That experience building relationships was not only so fulfilling to me personally, but a key part of why I was later hired at the Seattle Symphony. Interning with TeenTix the spring before I graduated from college gave me the practical tools and experience of working in the Seattle arts sector I needed, and gave me a broader scope of the arts community as a whole. Now at the Seattle Symphony, I support the education and community engagement team in our free ticket distribution program, working with our social service partners, making sure everyone has access to the arts and a seat in the hall. I also help support our young artists, developing free concerts and programming for youth, and advocating for a place for youth to share their ideas. All of these experiences with TeenTix have been unquantifiably valuable to my future career in the arts sector, broadening the sense of community I know and feel within the arts and empowering me to feel like a vital part of the ways in which our organizations move towards the future.
Hi, my name is Gavin Bradler. I am a TeenTix Pass user and former TeenTix intern, and now I am the digital marketing coordinator for TeenTix. I was involved with TeenTix through the TeenTix Pass program. I got my pass my freshman year of high school when I had heard about it from some of my friends who I had met doing various theater things around the city. and they told me about this really awesome program where I could go and see art throughout the city, whatever I wanted, for just $5. And I was like, well, snag. Okay, great. I don't have a lot of money. Fantastic. The pandemic hit and it shut everything down. And I got word of an internship through Northwest Folklife where I could be an intern, a social media intern that worked remote for TeenTix, and I loved the program, thought it was a brilliant idea that was helping teens get arts access and help develop arts access and youth presence throughout the entire city. So I was like, why not? Who doesn't want to work with TeenTix? I learned how to do everything that I'm doing now, learned how to operate social media, learned so much about marketing, about outreach and tabling, and how that really extends to the arts industry and the arts work that I want to do. It's given me a total peer into the arts industry, and well, now I am a theater student myself, and I feel like I have a grasp of the kind of landscape that I'm going into, more so than I think I would have if I hadn't had this job, or even just hadn't known about the presence of TeenTix. I think that really is the beauty for what TeenTix is. It is beautiful not just by virtue of what it gives its members, but by simply existing, it promotes arts access and a centering of teen voices that I think is vital. There is no more liberating feeling than being welcomed. And I think that's what the TeenTix Pass at its best does. That's it.
Hello, my name is Leah Dooley. I am an alum of TeenTix, and I currently work at the Pacific Northwest Ballet in the development office. My relationship with TeenTix began as a teen. I was born and raised in the Seattle area, and I used the pass all throughout those years to attend live events, museums, movies, and more. In the winter of 2019, I was the development and events intern at TeenTix as well. TeenTix showed me that arts administration was a real career path and was a position that I could continue to influence the Seattle art community that I cared about so much without just being directly on stage. TeenTix also helped prepare me for the future by introducing me to fundraising and development from a nonprofit point of view. It opened a lot of doors to work at other arts organizations, and many of the things I learned as a TeenTix intern I still use today. I tell every single young person I meet to sign up for TeenTix. That is not an exaggeration. As we bounce back from the COVID-19 pandemic as an arts community, it's more important than ever that young people have a seat at the table and help us forge a more diverse and equitable future, and TeenTix will help us get there.
Thank you so much to Catherine, Gavin, and Leah for sharing your stories with us. TeenTix and our arts partners are lucky to have you on their teams, and I love seeing all the different ways that TeenTix alumni are plugging into the arts community.
Well, it's a good thing then that we're about to hear from even more teen leaders right now for a live teen leadership panel. Please give a warm welcome to our teen programs coordinator intern, Esther Himmelfarb. She's here with Monet Medeiros, Eleanor Senemy, and Triona Suter, just a few of our amazing teen leaders who will talk about some of the ways they're leading cultural change through their work with TeenTix and in their own lives.
Thank you, Kyle, for that introduction. My name's Esther. I use she, her pronouns, and now we'll go around to you all. Introduce yourself, tell us your pronouns and your role here at TeenTix.
My name is Monet Medeiros. I use she, her pronouns, and I serve as the event director for the TeenTix New Guard.
My name is Eleanor Senemy. I use she, her pronouns, and I am one of the teen editors for the press corps.
My name is Triona Suter. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm also an editor for the press corps in the newsroom.
Mm-hmm. Thank you all for being here. And now for our first question, we'll just go down the row here. Why is youth leadership in the arts important to you, and how has TeenTix helped you grow as an arts leader?
I love to have a more active role in my passions, and the TeenTix New Guard has allowed me to do just that. as an event director, I'm able to put together all the little pieces for the TeenTix opportunities and arts fair. Look out for that, you guys. And it's been a really amazing way to grow my leadership and the arts community.
Before TeenTix, I didn't really know that as a teen I had a place in arts leadership. So that has definitely been the way that it has impacted my relationship with the arts and arts leadership the most. And also it has helped me develop a relationship with adults where I feel comfortable advocating for my needs, as an editor, the needs of my writers. And I think that being able to speak up for myself and have a dialogue with adults has been a very valuable skill throughout high school, and I'm sure will be beyond that too.
For me, I think storytelling is something that I value deeply, and the arts are often sort of a hub of that. And journalism is, a form of storytelling where you are sharing your own story, and you can also have a chance to elevate other people's stories and make change through that. So for me, working with the TeenTix newsroom, finding that change-making storytelling, and now being in a place of leadership where I get to mentor other teens and help them find their voice and share their stories, it's really powerful for me.
Yeah, thank you all for sharing. And I really liked hearing that underlying proactivity theme with what you all said. And now for some just quick, brief questions. We'll start with you, Monet. TeenTix serves teens directly with our $5 pass program, but how has it served you in maybe a less obvious way?
Well, for me, I first discovered TeenTix because I wanted to go to the ballet. I have a rich dance history, specifically figure skating. And unfortunately, when I stopped figure skating in high school due to homework, I wanted to reconnect with the arts community, and TeenTix allowed me to do just that. And, at a very cheap price.
Yes, thank you. And now to you, Eleanor. How has TeenTix impacted you as a person?
Wow, okay. So I think the biggest way that it has changed me as a person is given me a new faith in people. The people I have worked with at TeenTix, especially my writers, have such passion for what they do and compassion in how they do it. And I think that the way TeenTix works reminds me of this Brene Brown quote: wholehearted people really believe that others are doing the best they can. And I think TeenTix embodies this. It has inspired this belief in me, and that understanding that others want to help and they work together is something that has impacted how I approach every community I'm a part of. So that has changed my leadership and my life for sure.
Very powerfully and well spoken. And then to you, Triana, what made you decide to join TeenTix? And I know we talked about this a little bit before this panel.
Yeah, so I've grown up in a very, arts-focused family. I've had a TeenTix pass since I was 13 years old, and I got more involved in 8th grade when pretty much all of my friends over spring break went to Washington, D.C. as this big school field trip, and I did not go on that trip. And so that week that I was going to be at home with all of my friends in a different part of the country, and my mom was like, I need to find something for you to do to get you out of the house. Please, do not just sit at home all week doing nothing. It will drive me insane. So she found this press corps intensive through TeenTix, and that was the first time that I was really introduced to journalism as something that I could do, and was introduced to that change-making storytelling. And it hooked me, and that week I totally fell in love with that style of writing and that style of storytelling. And then I joined the newsroom after that, and then I applied to be an editor, and here I am.
Yes, thank you all for sharing your stories. We really appreciate it. And I appreciate being able to hear firsthand how TeenTix has made the arts accessible to all of us. Thank you all for being here tonight. And now we'll go back to Ariel for more.
Thank you to Esther and Monet and Eleanor and Triana for getting so real with our audience tonight about your journey with TeenTix and your experiences claiming your seats at the table and coming into your own as young leaders. TeenTix participants aren't just leaders, they're makers. Many of them have their own artistic practices. Here to show us how it's done is our very own Kyle Gerstel with a very special live performance. So take it away, Kyle.
Thanks, Ariel. I first wrote this song for an unfinished musical, but now I think it's relevant on its own. Art is not a platform for social justice. It is a response to the current moment and what it means to be human, and social justice is inherently a part of that. Woody Guthrie, Bob Dylan, Animal Farm, Get Out. So please enjoy this song from the perspective of a pawn in a game of chess. When no one will remember you, doesn't matter what the hell you do. I know people pretend and say that we matter, but why should I believe their hollow chatter when they say we're of value and then send our men to die? Pawn for pawn, am I next? I'm tired of being played with. Pawn for pawn, you say we're less, but our value can't be diminished. Just because we're pawns and have little fame doesn't mean we're pieces in your little game. But they don't care, they'll never care, they wouldn't dare, 'cause to them it's just pawn for pawn, another dead, but you've got to put one foot in front of the other. Goodbye sister, goodbye brother, might as well say it now. Pawn for pawn, do we even live, or are we just the gifts that you give? And when we're slaughtered you say good work dying. I wouldn't have, and I know you weren't trying, but I cannot thank you for your service enough. So in your honor I'll give myself a Monday off. Pawn for pawn, I think I'm done. Goodbye mom, goodbye son. There's no use in fighting it, just fight and hope you don't get hit. Don't cry. Pawn for pawn, there's no use, we have no use but to fight and die.
Thank you, Kyle. That was awesome. You're a man of many talents. As you've heard, TeenTix is all about centering youth voices, figuratively and literally. In the last few years, we've brought back the TeenTix Press Corps, where young people explore and practice arts criticism and journalism. Even during the pandemic, members of the TeenTix newsroom have been cranking out reviews. Joining us now are Lucia McLaren and Josh Kaplan. Lucia and Josh are both members of TEDS, that's the TeenTix editorial staff that leads the TeenTix newsroom. Josh also works on TAP, that's the Teen Arts podcast, our newest addition to the Press Corps program. Mariko Smith-Ashima, our Teen Programs Director, is going to sit down with Lucia and Josh so we can hear more about their experiences making their own voices heard loud and clear through TeenTix programs. Please welcome Lucia, Josh, and Mariko.
Thank you so much, Ariel. Hi, everyone. My name is Mariko Smith-Ashima. I use she, her pronouns. And as Ariel said, I'm the Teen Programs Director here at TeenTix, and I'm super excited to be here with Lucia and Josh. I would love for you two to introduce yourselves, share your name and pronouns, and tell us a little bit about what your role at TeenTix entails right now.
For sure. My name is Lucia McLaren. I use she, her pronouns, and I have been involved with TeenTix since 2018, so it's been about 4 years. And I worked for 2 of those years as a writer, and the last 2 at my current position, which is with the TeenTix editorial staff. And that role entails basically being a facilitator between the partner organizations and the writers. So I get to pick out an event for a writer to review each month, and then I am the lead editor on that piece as well as a copy editor for another piece.
Awesome. Thank you. How about you, Josh?
My name's Josh Kaplan. I use he, him pronouns, and this is my 3rd year as a writer for the TeenTix newsroom. I've also been active with TAP, the TeenTix Arts podcast, which is where monthly a newsroom writer, a teen editorial staff member, and a new guardian get together and highlight some amazing arts opportunities that our partners are putting on this month with Ground Zero Radio.
Awesome. Thank you. So I have a first question for Lucia. I'd love to hear, you've been a TED for a few years and a newsroom writer before that. How has your experience kind of working with other teen writers and really mentoring them as an editor, how has that impacted or shifted your own writing style?
Yeah, for sure. I guess the first thing I've really noticed is that I've become more confident in my writing. I've sort of gotten the opportunity to realize the importance of different kinds of writing, as previously, of course, I've only ever been writing for school, and being in the newsroom gave me the chance to sort of unlock different skills that I didn't know I had in writing. And it also, I'm sure other teenagers can relate to this, when you only write for school, you tend to lose passion for it because it has a grade attached and that sort of thing. So I think I enjoy writing a lot more now. So yeah, I think that experience and access has been very important for me and the way my writing has developed.
Awesome. I love hearing that it kind of helped restore your passion for writing. Josh, another question for you. So as you said, you've been in the newsroom for a while. You're really active with TAP, the TeenTix Arts podcast. I'd love to hear kind of how those two structures and experiences like differ and maybe what you love about kind of each of them individually.
Yeah, for sure. Well, for both of them, it really comes down to engagement. I think during COVID particularly, it can be challenging for youth to really find arts opportunities that appeal to them and their interest and that are accessible. Now, TeenTix with their passes covers that access part, but then there's finding where you can really find that community, what really, brings life to you, I suppose. And with each of these different pathways, arts events are highlighted that do that. Through the newsroom, it's usually one event, and then with the TeenTix Arts podcast, as I mentioned earlier, it's multiple that are happening in 1 month. Now, also, both of these pathways provide really direct, practical experience. Through the newsroom as a writer, I've gotten the opportunity to be in communication with editors and really experience meeting those deadlines, something that's practical across the board. And then with the arts podcast, you get the opportunity to record audio and really be in a studio space. Something that even that small window has opened me up to the world of radio and audio recording. And yeah, those are opportunities that I wouldn't have had otherwise.
Cool. Thank you. I'd love hearing a little bit more about each of those pathways. So I have one more question for both of you. How has your experience in the newsroom, on TEDs, and working with TAP, how has that impacted or shifted the way you move through the arts world or how you think about your voice in the arts?
Yeah, for sure. I think for me, I'm definitely just more appreciative of arts. I've been doing art for a very long time. I've been drawing since I was very little, but I guess I sort of didn't understand that there was a world attached to that, an arts world. And I think that I've gotten the chance to sort of experience the benefits of a community attached to the arts. And through that sort of involvement with others, I guess my voice has become more powerful. I've gotten to see my voice as more powerful as, get to see articles on the blog and all that. And yeah, I guess it just sort of lets me see the connections that I could have in the future.
Awesome. Thank you. What about you quickly, Josh?
It really comes down to connections for me too, because, I always thought of art as something that was very finite, that, started and ended when the song starts and ends, or started and ended when the, play starts and ends. But really what TeenTix has highlighted for me is the connections that are made through the song or made through the play really live sometimes forever. And that's something that I wouldn't have thought of, and I wouldn't have made those connections if not for TeenTix.
Wow. Thank you so much, both for sharing your stories, for being here tonight in person. It's really great to have you here. Super powerful stuff to hear how TeenTix has impacted you both. Let's head back to Kyle for more.
Thank you so much for sharing all of that. The Press Corps is truly one of the most amazing programs for teen writers in the Seattle area, and I know it has really helped me feel like I can contribute to Seattle's artistic landscape even as a minor. And I'm not alone in that. Let's hear from some more newsroom writers eager to share their work.
How can you empower youth through art? This is the question that powers our programming at TeenTix. Youth voices are essential in the arts because youth are the future of the arts. They are the next generation of artists, arts leaders, arts writers, and arts patrons. Centering their voices and listening to their unique perspectives helps drive the arts forward and propels us into the future they want to see. Let's look back on some of our top stories from this year.
My name is Elvaneda, I use she, her pronouns, and this is my first year writing for the TeenTix newsroom. I will be sharing my review of All That's Left in the World by Eric J. Brown. However, there's more to Andrew than what meets the eye. A secret about his past he refuses to share. Eric J. Brown's All That's Left in the World gives dimension to any typical post-apocalyptic novel by marrying the harshness of humanity and a queer young love story. Between Jameson's good-hearted nature and Andrew's mentality of doing whatever it takes, they may just come out of this alive.
Hi, I'm Amina Mukul. I use she, her pronouns. I'm a sophomore at Eastside Prep, and this is my first year as a TeenTix newsroom writer. I'm going to be reading an excerpt that I wrote for a review of Diana El-Hadid's Archive of Longings at the Henry Art Gallery. Diana El-Hadid's work requires that you view it from every angle in order to take it in fully. In this way, her work mimics the story she is trying to tell. El-Hadid does not spoon-feed the viewer what her exhibit means. Instead, she asks that the viewer find something personal within it. The experience of walking through the Archive of Longings felt like discovering a world that's been left behind. 20 people could walk into this exhibit and come out with different interpretations. But personally, the exhibit resonated like I was meeting El-Hadid's eyes across a room with passing understanding. Seeing this exhibit was refreshing. As a woman of color, I recognized that El-Hadid managed to capture the unspoken understanding that what it means to be a woman is indefinable, and yet we all share that drive to define and understand it. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Yoon Lee. I use he, him pronouns, and I've been a writer in the TeenTix newsroom for the last year and a half. I'm a junior at the Lakeside School, and I'll be sharing an excerpt from my reflections on anti-Asian hate from May last year, titled A Korean American Teen's Perspective on Anti-Asian Hate, published in the Seattle Times. I have only recently been able to unpack all of the times when I internalized its sense of virtuousness and success to wave away microaggressions comparing me to Chinese stereotypes, despite being Korean, or the week in elementary school when I slept with my eyes toward the wall to push my monkey-like ears against my head. I am grateful that Stop Asian Hate helped me and many others to consider our place in movements for social justice and how we can advocate for positive change. I am grateful that I have started to reckon with my own identity as an Asian American teenager, and that I feel more confident confronting stereotypes and microaggressions I had buried beyond immediate memory. I know that Asian Americans are still far from true equality, and our struggle is often an invisible one. This reality is unacceptable, and I hope to continue shedding light on this topic both for others and myself.
Hello, my name is Isha Putaraju and I use she, her pronouns. I've been a writer for the TeenTix newsroom since 2020 and was a member of the first mentorship for teen artists of color cohort. This year, I'm a part of the teen editorial staff. I'm a junior at Mission San Jose High School and will be reading aloud my feature article on a youth-written play called Welcome to the Landfill. 16-year-old playwright Valentine Wolf is partnering with Penguin Productions to bring her darkly humorous play featuring a snarky, generationally dysfunctional family to the big stage. Wolf's work, titled Welcome to the Landfill, is the first play written by a high schooler to receive a full feature-length production at Penguin Productions. The company hopes it will inspire more youth to bring forward their work. Shauna Bestock, the producing artistic director at Penguin Productions, is adamant about the value of producing plays from diverse, young voices. Without them, we are lost, she says. Wolf is committed to creating togetherness with her play. Theater is such a collaborative medium, and I wanted to see how people come together to work on this. The show is set to inspire other teens who don't know how to take their work to the big stage. Penguin Productions has expressed its enthusiasm for opening this opportunity to teen playwrights. I personally believe that Penguin Productions exemplifies the support that youth art needs right now. Art is catharsis. It allows us to imagine a world that we want to live in, and it empowers us to work towards achieving it. It can save people's lives because art is a form of mental care, and it builds communities and facilitates joy. That's exactly why every kid deserves to have access to this almost kind of superpower. So thank you for supporting our work. Bye!
TeenTix youth have accomplished a lot this year, including 45 articles published on the TeenTix blog and 15 articles published at the Seattle Times and Encore Media, all written by teens from the TeenTix newsroom. Teens from across our programs, including the New Guard, the newsroom, and the teen editorial staff, have collaborated to produce 8 episodes of the TeenTix Arts podcast with Ground Zero Radio. These teens have proven that they are more than capable of taking an active role in shaping their arts community.
I am so proud to be a part of a cohort of such amazing young artists, writers, and arts advocates. I love going on the blog and reading my peers' articles because their honesty helps me become a better writer and artist. Ariel, is it time for what I think it's time for?
You know it, Kyle. It's time to check in on our fundraising progress. So let's take a look at our thermometer, please. Okay, we made our $35,000 goal. We're $370 over it. That is amazing. Thank you so much to the 136 people who helped that happen. I think we should go for more. I think we should try to chase 40,000 by the end of the evening. So if you guys are up for it, jump on in. And again, thanks to all the press corps lovers and TeenTix fans who have helped us get there. Now for something fun. Let's bring Monique back for a special surprise.
Okay, so this one is for all you 21-plussers out there. So if you can donate in the next 10 minutes, every gift that comes in for $50 or more will give you an opportunity to enter into an opportunity to get a box of wine. These are hand-picked, selected for you by one of our board members, John Steinberg, from his very own winery, Hand of God Wine. This is a value of over $600. So there are 3 very special things about this. First is that Hand of God Wine, again, is owned and operated by TeenTix board member John, so thank you so much, John Steinberg. And second, our amazing board president, Ariel Glassman, will match each $50 for the first 20 people who give during this wine frenzy. And third is that I will hand deliver this box right to your door. So thank you, John and Ariel, for your generosity. And if you really want to win, or if you want to win and give the bottles to me, give multiple gifts of $50. I mean, we're not going to stop you.
Monique is right. We will absolutely not stop you from donating as many times as you want in order to win that wine. Please take my money. Donate right on this page or text TeenTix to 53555 to help us get to that goal. We'll announce our winner in about 10 minutes. For right now, have you ever wondered what TeenTixers get up to after high school? You're about to find out. In our next video, TeenTix alumni Anya, Anne, and Catherine share what they've set out to accomplish in their post-TeenTix lives. Let's take a look.
Hi everyone, my name is Anya Shukla and I'm an alumni of the TeenTix New Guard and Press Corps programs. I'm currently taking a gap year to further the work of the Colorization Collective, an organization that supports teen artists of color. I co-founded the collective when I was 16 and I know TeenTix and TeenTix leadership played a huge role in its development. All of the outreach, grant writing, and production skills I learned during that process have been invaluable to me. I used them many times over ever since. I'm very passionate about making the arts a more diverse and inclusive place, and TeenTix has really helped me grow that passion and this organization. Beyond that, we also work with TeenTix to host a biannual mentorship program that connects teen and adult artists of color, which is incredibly exciting work. I would 100% tell every Seattle youth to get involved with TeenTix. My time at TeenTix gave me so much. Access to shows, insight into how an arts organization works, critical thinking, and inquiry skills that I use every day. Thank you, TeenTix.
Hi, my name is Ann Lim, and I'm a TeenTix alum. Right now I'm a senior at the University of Chicago, and I'm actually writing my senior thesis on teens in the highbrow arts, and to do that I interviewed current TeenTix members. When I was in TeenTix, I was on the New Guard and also the New Guard Leadership Board, so I learned a lot about arts administration, planning arts events, and what goes into decision making when arts organizations are trying to get more teens into their doors. My favorite TeenTix memory has to be actually the TeenTix Gala at the Truly Museum in, I think, 2018. It felt amazing to see all the people who are as invested in teens and the arts as the actual teenagers in themselves, and it's really great to see these advocates at work. My involvement in TeenTix really opened my eyes up to equity issues in the arts. I think before then I was really passionate about seeing the arts and I loved them, but I didn't think critically about who gets to go and who doesn't get to go and the implications of that. So that made me really want to study sociology when I came to college, because I was interested in those disparities and what causes them and why we don't see as diverse of an audience inside the buildings as we do people on the street outside of them. What I think really sets TeenTix apart from a lot of other organizations that profess to serve youth is that it really values teen input, and it includes teenagers in all stages of the planning process, and that creates an authenticity that I think other teenagers can also recognize. If you are a youth who's considering becoming a TeenTix member, do it. You never know what kinds of passions you might unearth when you're at a show, and it's free, and all your friends will think you're very cool.
Hi, I'm Catherine Draves. I'm a TeenTix alum and a former president of the New Guard. Since leaving TeenTix, I've been studying at Reed College in Portland, and I'm finishing out here as a senior studying history. In high school, I joined the New Guard, and I was a member for 3 years, my sophomore, junior, and senior year. And my senior year, I was president of the New Guard, working closely with Monique to help transform the program to be more self-reliant and independent, really working to ensure that teens have the voice in steering the program in the future. TeenTix has really influenced me to continue having arts as a part of my life. I'm studying history here at college, but I will admit I'm still not quite sure what I'm going to do with it. I've also been working for the school newspaper, so I'm interested in journalism. At college, I've had the chance of working with the school's theater department, and I've gone to see lots of their productions, which has been really a pleasure. And I think their tickets are $2, so some of the only tickets I've ever found cheaper than a TeenTix pass. TeenTix provides an amazing opportunity to really see and absorb as many art forms as you can. While I had previously, I'd always been a participant in theater, TeenTix allowed me to expand my horizons, and I started to see dance productions. I went to the museum more often. I went to shows like literary readings and things like that I'd never gotten the option to do. It's also one of the best ways to have something to do with your friends, right? Like that was what I spent my Friday nights doing, was going to see art with people for only $5. I think TeenTix is one of the greatest opportunities you have as a teenager and one of the coolest things you can do in Seattle. I highly recommend it for every 13-year-old to get their TeenTix pass.
Did you hear that? Supporting teen artists of color and equitable access to the arts, sociology and studying the broader experience of teens in the arts, studying journalism. TeenTixers go out into the world and approach it with curiosity and a commitment to justice. Watch out, world, because Anya, Ann, and Catherine are coming. Okay, all of you watching out there, there's just a couple more minutes to make a donation of $50 or more, get matched by yours truly, and enter the wine contest.
And to give you a little more time, let's take a look at some of the art TeenTix teens created for last year's virtual Teenie Awards. We at TeenTix love a good acronym, so we started with the theme of art, activism, respite, and teens. Then we invited teens to create their own artwork from the prompt, "Art is blank," and their results were incredibly powerful. Let's check them out.
Like you, we dream of a community where art inspires individuals of all ages to drive cultural change and value youth leadership. we asked teens how they were feeling about art during the pandemic. This is what they said. Every teen deserves the opportunity to find their place within arts and culture. This program is just one example of how our youth are making their voices heard.
There is nothing more inspiring as a teenager than seeing the work of teens and knowing that you have the capacity to be a part of the arts community. But enough about art. We all know what you're really wanting to hear. Ariel?
Okay, it's time to announce the winner of tonight's wine giveaway. Thank you to everyone, lots of you, who donated $50 for a chance to win the wine from Hand of God and drain my bank account for a really good cause. And we have now chosen a winner at random. And the winner is Maya Williams, who has been a TeenTix supporter for a couple years, including at last year's virtual gala. Thank you, Maya. You can look forward to a delivery from Monique.
Now, let's take a break from sipping and do a little pondering. Can I have some pondering lights, please? Thank you. So, what does the future look like with teens driving cultural change? Well, who better to tell us than Executive Director Monique Corsi. Monique?
Told you I'd be back for more. Also, thanks for all the wine donations. I'm coming to your house, Maya. So, let's talk about the future. I was recently asked a question, something to the effect of, how have COVID impacts and challenges prepared you for the future planning, especially when we look ahead and see potentially a more unpredictable future? You know, that's huge. And really, how can we predict something that's unpredictable and ever-changing? Well, there are a ton of ways I'm thinking about this, but what it comes down to every time is doubling down on the things that are working right now. The future of TeenTix is with our teens. Youth are showing up for arts, for programming in our community, and we will continue to find ways to keep engaging with them, even virtually. In the past 2 years, when we had to do things a bit differently, we just went with it, and our teens were happy to help us along. With them, we found some new initiatives that are really hitting it off. As you heard before, we started developing a monthly podcast with our friends over at Ground Zero Radio. And if you're more of an arts news listener versus reader, you should check out What's on Tap, TeenTix's art podcast, to hear from teens in the press corps and the New Guard talking about what's been happening, what's been coming up, and what not to miss. We've also been collaborating with Teen-Led Colorization Collective, which you also heard about a little earlier, to implement what we call MTAC, Mentorship for Teen Artists of Color. This program has really allowed us to hone in on supporting teens as artists who may want additional guidance in furthering their craft, learning how to promote themselves as artists, and getting them connected to local artists of color in their field. The best part about this program is that because we had to launch it virtually, we've worked with teens locally and from all over the globe who tune into regular meetings with their cohorts and mentors. The future of TeenTix is also directly tied to our community's comeback. And the change that TeenTix can focus on right now is investing in our young arts leaders and building space for them in our own workforce. Earlier, we heard from TeenTix alumni who worked with us as interns or who were deeply invested in our leadership programs. And that's proof that by inviting youth to join us in leading the organization, we're actually bolstering their excitement and commitment to this industry. Teens, especially older teens, have had limited exposure to some of those career development opportunities that they otherwise would have experienced during the pandemic, such as internships or entry-level jobs or even volunteer opportunities. We've actually received an increase in requests for teens to earn volunteer hours and have also seen an increase in applications for our internships. We need to find a way to invest more deeply in these career development opportunities for youth. And including them in our own staffing structure is a perfect way to ensure that our organization remains youth-focused while also building out the next cohort of teaching artists, fundraisers, executive directors, artistic directors, artists, and more. It has been a lot, and I'm not even done yet, because did you all see that there's a TeenTix in LA now? We worked with an incredible team in LA, some of whom I know are tuned in tonight, over the last few years to develop and launch TeenTix LA. I'm thrilled that we made this happen. This is the same TeenTix Pass. A teen in LA can explore their own community, or a Seattle-based teen can visit LA and use their same pass to explore new organizations. The possibilities for future collaborations and city-to-city, teen-led conversations about arts accessibility and equity, it's gonna be great. So right now, if you visit la.teentix.org, you'll find a list of 13 arts and cultural partners, 7 community partners. They've already got 260 teens signed up for a pass, and since December, there's been 55 TeenTix tickets sold. Can you imagine teens in cities all over the country with literally a key to arts in their hands? This is a big game changer, and we are ready for it. Arts is a medium teens know and love, and they've continued to show up, to invest in arts, to support our community, and have relied on organizations like TeenTix to make their forward-thinking, adaptive ideas a reality. So let's do this together. Can I see our thermometer one more time? Oh my gosh, we are at $41,889. Thank you so much to everyone who's gotten us there. We hit that stretch goal. So now is the time. If you haven't yet donated, I invite you to join us in continuing to make TeenTix a space for teens, to lead, to explore, and to find their place in our community. Like you, we dream of a community where art inspires individuals of all ages to drive cultural change and value youth leadership. With over 30,000 students served through TeenTix programming, thousands of teens are signing up still each year for a new TeenTix Pass. TeenTix offers youth access to arts and culture opportunities in their own communities through $5 tickets with a TeenTix Pass, arts leadership programs, and arts media and criticism. Your support makes this crucial work possible.
Before TeenTix, my teen had little exposure to local art scenes. But after getting involved, his role is so much larger, ranging from dance performances to stand-up comedies. My teen, Yoon Lee, is involved in TeenTix newsroom as a writer since fall 2020. Though he was already a writer for his newspaper, school newspaper, being in the newsroom made him a much more confident writer. His experiences with Seattle Times back in May were extraordinary as he learned how powerful his worlds could be by working with professional journalists and getting feedback from the readers.
Not having access to arts and culture because of economic, cultural, or social barriers can lead to several challenges for young people, including a diminished value of community, lack of creativity, and critical thinking skills. Cultural and social norms are preventing youth from accessing the arts and cultural opportunities and leading change in our community. It is essential to shift the culture of the arts so that conversations become more multi-generational, so teens feel welcome and have more power in these spaces. Without centering young people now, we risk losing arts and culture.
Without your support, we risk silencing youth voices in our community. Arts organizations continuing to undervalue young people as artists and culture makers. Young people feeling unwelcome in art spaces. We risk losing a generation of young people who want to lead through cultural change. With your support, we can create space for young people to actively shape their arts community and ensure more of them have access to arts and culture opportunities. We can mentor young artists and arts advocates to use their talents for leadership and activism. We can build a healthy community that values the arts and young people. All of this is possible with your support.
The truth is, every teen deserves the opportunity to find their place within arts and culture. TeenTix empowers youth through art to take an active role in shaping our community.
Donate today to support youth in the arts community.
Wow, if that didn't make you want to support TeenTix, I don't know what will. Perhaps excerpts from a teen-led musical comedy I created? No, probably not. Wait, what did you say, viewers at home? You do want to see an excerpt? Well, if you insist. Can I have some lights that evoke self-obsession, please? Thank you. Back in 2020, I wanted to find a safe way to create theater and make Shakespeare's stories more accessible by creating a piece that addresses the same themes while translating them to a modern setting. So, I wrote, directed, and edited a 10-person online musical comedy called Hamilton. Rehearsals were held over Zoom, and the final performance can be found on YouTube. Here are 2 of the songs from the show.
Kingsman, word whisperer, he wrote a tragic, funny, historical, and romantic span of dramas. Sonnets, once upon Stratford upon a time in Avon. Write timeless classics that make everyone yawn.
Well, his name got around, scholars studied his poetry, debating, renegading, maybe not the first, totally. This stylized dialogue to examine insanity and the mundanity of humanity. Hey man, what's your key?
Just be William Shakespeare. All I have done is be William Shakespeare. Yet being me has been my whole career. That's my secret, do not write to share.
So how can we demonstrate his top-rate, brilliant, dramatic mind for our modern audience? Bear in mind, no thous or does this time an idea.
Shakespeare multiverse musical
with a ton of bad puns and double entendres chock full.
There couldn't be more complications with cross-dress trim relations. Twist all the stories, foundations, throw away the poetic declarations, keep the rhyming. The timing we can cut by quite a bit.
I thought you said brevity is the soul of wit. Really well. Probably horrified how bad some of these rhymes are for saying.
We can sell
A book about the making to show how sellouty we are.
Portraying this awfully passion project by solving their loving teens. A musical Shakespeare adaptation by kid actors in quarantine.
Shakespeare characters in quarantine.
Plotting revenge
and watching Netflix on our screens.
Talking is better when no one knows what we need.
Shakespeare!
Oh wait, that's me!
William Shakespeare quarantine. It's a musical for everyone. From theater buffs to those who don't really give up.
All that glitters is not gold, so this show will not glitter. Like SNL these days, it'll probably be missing hitter. But who cares, plus there are no swears, so you don't need a babysitter.
True love, we're in.
My daddy is Finn.
I've committed sin. I'm a shipwrecked twin.
Shakespeare, guess what? I'm him.
There's a million bottles on the door. Hopefully.
So what the heck is this?
William Shakespeare quarantine.
Hamlet is so sad. I don't want to live in a tragedy like this. Shouldn't we all have the freedom to control our own destiny, make our own choices, and...
No! No, 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 no. Whatever you're about to say, no.
Okay, just... I know I'm supposed to kill my uncle and stuff. That seems wrong.
Tommy boy, I'm surprised by you. Hamlet is a huge success. You should be grateful you're famous and just stick to the page.
I don't know. Maybe he's right. We know that he's left. I don't know what to do. I have so many clashing emotions about this right now that I want to express. I could just sing. I don't want to seek revenge on my uncle, though he killed my dad. Wouldn't killing him be just as bad? Oh, I'm so conflicted. Like a scientist in love with a Scientologist. That one ology makes all the difference. From Einstein to total ignorance. To kill or not to kill. Neo, the red or blue pill. Is the death penalty just? Should I make Claudius bite the dust? It does not taste very good. I don't know. Ooh, flower. I could use that silly childhood rhyme. That's an easy way to decide. I should kill him. I should kill him not. I should kill him. I should kill him not. Wait. I forgot which one it is. To kill or not to kill. To kill or not to kill. Which one? To kill or not to kill. I don't know. To kill or not to kill. Wait, I know what I'll do. I'll figure it out tomorrow. Crap, I can't sleep, my mind's racing. Because of this Sophie's choice I'm facing. Sing it with me. To kill or not to kill.
Wow. Kyle, I love the concept you created with Hamilton, and it's amazing how prolific you've been in creating it during the pandemic. Thank you so much again for sharing your talents with us tonight.
Okay, we are almost done. Let's welcome back Monique to close us out. Monique, can you hear me way over there?
Thanks, Kyle. I can hear you loud and clear, and I hear all the love we are getting virtually. I want to thank everyone for your support tonight. Thank you, thank you. And a big thank you to our amazing peer-to-peer fundraisers for this year's event. I see you on that chat. We could not do this without your energy, enthusiasm, and commitment. Thanks for bringing the community together to make this happen. And a super special shout out to TeenTix partner, Kirkland Performance Center. So we've always been able to host our annual event at one of our arts partner locations, and I'm thrilled to do that again this year and for a second time on this stage. So panning out and showing everyone our set, our small live audience, and the folks behind the magic of tonight. Aaron, Jeff, and David and the rest of the team here at KPC have been incredible hosts. Thank you so much. Before we go, let's take a final look at our fundraising thermometer. Wow, $43,100. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you to everyone for helping us towards our goal. Don't forget, you can still give even when the screen goes away. Now let's party, and we will see you in person next year at this gala.